What is going on, guys? Welcome to DiceNDerps, Emberfall. How you guys doing?
We were having a moment there.
Oh God, no, not the moment. Okay, hold on. Let me put the music back on. I'll give you guys a second. I'm here with Mondo as the DM, Nif, Prylor, KO, and then myself. We're all gonna be playing. We have a crazy, weird party in the sense of dynamic, I guess, with classes and such. But it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
The outcast.
Who, me or you?
Mm-hmm. You.
Me? Yeah.
Why is he the outcast?
Because we're all monks.
He's a monk.
I am a monk.
Oh. Wait.
I would say
She's the outcast.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Okay.
No, yeah. How mean?
Okay, I thought
Mondo's
Bacon
the
was the
outcast.
Genasi. My bad.
No, well, I am. I'm a Genasi, but I'm a monk. Genasi's my race.
Race. Okay, I'm lost. Let's
Yeah.
just keep. Just.
I know D&D. We got this. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, why doesn't
Still
everyone
think he would
just...
be a great DM.
Yeah. Yeah, just I know.
What
all
class
the
are
rules.
you? Genasi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You're a
man.
Genasi halfling monk?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's so cool as a monk. Like, we get to re-roll our rolls that we get one on, so it's like sweet. It's like, no, Nif, that's you because you're a halfling.
Alright.
I've got
I'm
my
just gonna
player's
focus on
handbook
my
up and
character
ready
from
now.
now on.
Yeah.
Not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. Way to try though. We appreciate that.
Look,
Well,
you need to look at page 5, okay? It clearly states.
clearly states this stuff.
Clearly states.
Well, why doesn't everyone go quickly around and just introduce themselves? I think almost two of you haven't been on the stream stuff before, but the other guys have. So, but Mondo, we'll start with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Mondo did the one shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did the one shot.
Oh yeah, I guess
I'm
so. One
Mondo.
person. KO, the only one.
That was my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons, and no, yeah, I'm Mondo. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a very long time. And I'm gonna do it here again now with you guys.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Gonna be a good time. Nif, go ahead.
How's it going? My name's Knif. I'm just a guy. I used to stream, but now I just
It sounds like a really sad song.
kick ass, take names, and send apology letters. That's all I got.
Nice. KO, why don't you go next since Prylor's been on the show a bunch of times?
I'm KO, and I do stuff sometimes on the internet.
Awesome.
That's vague.
That is vague, but we figured it out. You are a little quiet. Is she quiet for you guys?
She's a little quiet.
Okay.
A little
Am I
quiet.
better?
That sounds better. That one did.
A little better.
Yeah.
I'll just eat the mic then.
Prylor, you're next.
Yo, I'm Prylor. I stream on Twitch at Prylor and Prylor_TV on Twitch, or on Twitter is my Twitter. I don't stream on Twitter. That doesn't make sense. Anyways.
You can, right? Periscope.
Yeah.
Can you?
That's why I was vague.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, I do the things.
Yeah. What is that sound?
Feedback.
I
from
will be
Mondo.
playing Varus as well. He is a dire elf, and he's a monk,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to kick some ass.
Yeah.
Are we introducing our characters too? I didn't know that. Go back.
I just felt like it. You can maybe we can go back around, you know.
Yeah, no, we're done. Yeah. Fun fact before we start, I met Nif in 2015 at TwitchCon. Prylor I met through Paladins, and we were on the same Paladins team. I met KO through Prylor, and then Mondo was introduced to me by Aura Creature, so that's kind of a cool thing. But another fun fact, Prylor's favorite game of all time is Fortnite. It's insane. It's so cool. Mondo, go ahead and take it all away from us.
True story.
Just to be random.
Okay. All right, so here you are in Emberfall. You're all there, but I do want to do a little character introduction.
Yeah.
Prylor, you told us a little bit about Varus. He's a dire elf monk.
He's a dire elf monk who is a City Watch investigator. So I pretty much go around investigating crimes that are too hard for the average, City Watch to solve.
Have you watched any of my other streaming games? Because my Town Guard and City Watch are usually quite dense. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I haven't, but yeah.
Yeah, they're
So it's not that I'm great. It's just that I'm above
Yeah,
average.
you're better. You're better. Yeah. Awesome.
Like it. So yeah.
I dig that.
I
Okay.
also come from a monastery. Correct me if I pronounce this wrong. Was Okanote? Okanote?
Okonote.
Okonote. That was not that far.
Okonote.
You're
No, it
close.
wasn't that far off
Yeah,
at all.
you're close.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So it's on the slopes of where?
Oh man, you're gonna make me look at maps and stuff here.
Gormitan? Just north of Dirgewood.
Gormiadan.
Gormiatan. North of Dirgewood.
Gormiadan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be butchering a lot of names like of some of these things too. Like, I type them out and I sit there going hee typey, and then I'm just like, what the fuck did I write?
It's good, man.
You're like, here's a
I
name.
like that you put work into it, though. It's great.
Yeah.
So, I think that's. I've been dispatched from I guess Okanote to investigate a murder. In oh god, I need to find the place. I can't pronounce that.
The original
The Hobbit town, right?
It's a halfling. It's halfling,
Halflings.
okay? We're non
Hobbit,
Middle
halfling.
Earth. It's
oh
halfling.
my god,
yeah, the
trigger me.
Valiganwell.
Veliganwell. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
And during this investigation, I befriended a halfling whose family was, well, I guess I could kind of push that over to KO to describe the rest of that, because
Yeah.
that halfling is someone
Ghostwise halfling.
Ghostwise halfling. There you go.
Special.
Yeah, tell us about your Ghostwise halfling.
I'm going to be playing Ophelia Cloudbrew. She goes by Fee. She's a ghostwise halfling rogue whose family was brutally murdered, and she just so happened to stumble upon it a little too late to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
so that's what Varys is there for? Is to like
Yep.
investigate
I'm
that.
investigating that. Yeah. Well, I was investigating it, and I don't want to reveal too much about what happened.
Fair enough.
But yes, I was investigating it.
Okay. Cool. Fine.
Yeah. Now, are you two still traveling together, or is Fee somewhere in Emberfall like now? Like, has she moved on to Emberfall at some point, or are you guys like kind of traveling together?
I assumed she followed behind him,
Okay.
and because she really has no familial connections anymore or friends, so
Aw.
she's a little clingy. So
And I would notice, and I wouldn't really shoo her off. But yeah, she can stay around.
Prylor, did you get that? Did you get that thing I sent you?
Which thing?
Did you get that
That thing.
thing I sent you? In Discord, I sent you a PM about like why you might be in Emberfall
Okay.
as
Hold on.
opposed to down in the Valiganwell. And while you're looking at that, let's move on to Nif. Nif, tell us about Anthony.
So Anthony is another halfling. He is a halfling monk. I grew up in an orphanage in Valiganwell, however we pronounce that a second.
However we pronounce it.
Valiganwell, yeah. Grew up in an orphanage there. My parents died when I was young. I don't know them. I don't know my true family name, so I don't have a last name. I just go by Anthony. When I was 13, I was adopted by a monk, and he took me to his monastery in a city called Timbrook. There, he kind of trained with him for the next 7 or so years. But then, come to find out, he was actually exiled from the main monastery in Gaishun something. But yeah,
Yes.
As we butcher every name.
Every
Mondo
place
has
name.
made.
yeah,
Gashu Bayun.
Gaishu Bayun.
And I might be mispronouncing. Like there may be people
Yeah.
like
I feel
in
like
other
week
countries
3
going,
Just
"What the
say it
fuck
with
does he
confidence.
say?"
Yeah.
I feel like
Exactly.
week 3 we're gonna be nailing them. So I find out that he was actually exiled from there. So I kind of have this, conflict, this personal conflict going on. I don't know what's real. I don't know if am I truly considered a monk. This guy is not who he claims to be. Blah blah blah. So I leave that monastery and make my way to Emberfall to kind of find meaning, purpose in my life. Also, maybe learn more about who my parents were, where I come from, that kind of thing. And then I would say I've probably been in Emberfall for like 3 or 4 months now.
Okay.
Last but not least.
Yes.
Cool.
Tell us about Umber Bacon.
Yeah. I'm from a town called Kara Sahara or Sahara. I think that's what we said.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I'm a fire genasi who the main reason why we were living there was because a genasi was like at the head of the like leadership role of that town, and most of the genasi people moved there after he kind of took power there. Lived there my whole life, but we were all treated as a genasi. We were treated differently because we looked different and had the skills of elements. So we were used more as like multi-tools around the city than having quote unquote normal lives. I never grew up in like a traditional for this for that town's like school system. I just worked, and when I was younger, I worked for a blind person that was living there, who he told stories about how he was a great fighter and like general in the army at one point, and he had settled there for his wife, but his wife had since passed and he was blind, and through like his teachings and learnings and stuff like that, he actually helped me with being able to protect myself and learn kind of the monk way. And yeah, so I'm in Ember. I don't really want to reveal too much after that, but I'm in Emberfall as an entertainer. I left because of certain events, so I left, and I'm an entertainer working at the Black and Red Tavern, doing some like fire dancing stuff, using my skills that I have through my race.
Cool.
Fire
That's why I'm
dancing.
there. Fire dancing, yeah.
Do you keep your clothes on the whole time or no?
Yeah, no. So I use it more as like I guess you can kind of think of it as like a Hawaiian like fire dancing stuff, like that kind of thing at like a luau. That would be.
Do you wear a grass skirt?
No, I would wear like my tunic and like my monk clothes.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm a fire dancer.
Yeah. My
At
hair's
this point, his clothes are, flame resistant.
my hair's long and kind of like similarly pulled back to the way mine is now, but a little bit longer. You might not even be able to tell I'm a genasi based off of like my clothes if you can't see underneath if you can't see my skin. But if I get somewhat upset or mad, like my eyes will change to like a fiery orange, and so will my hair.
Your hair is not already fiery orange?
No, it's not like Nif's, but it will be that way if I get angry.
So it like gives away your intentions sometimes, or like
Yeah, I
you
think
can
it
kinda
definitely.
control
that.
it.
Yeah, so
He
I
gets-
think
It gets heated.
Yeah,
I like
so
it.
with through my race and how we work, that's how I function. If I get but it's more of like a violent anger, not just like an annoyance or frustration. It's more when I'm ready to fight. It's kind of like it just turns on.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Cool. All right, so a little bit about Emberfall. The whole region is the Dragon's Cairn Mountain Stonewood region. It's a large mountain range. There's a lot of trees in the area, the Stonewoods. There's a lot of different forests in the Stonewood, but yeah, it's all on the slopes of this like large mountain range. There are 7 big mountains. We're not going to go through all of them, but it's on them. Emberfall itself is on Mount. See now, here I go. Realton. Let's call it Rulton.
Rulton.
Actually, I will show you guys the map of the area here on Roll20, and I've added some more names to it and stuff. Yeah, so you guys are like about maybe like a third the way up of that mountain. It's a medium-sized town. It has a steady population of about 3,000 people. There's about another 1,000 people combined at the logging camp and the mining camp. There are a lot of smaller villages and farms like all around. A lot of these people have been there for quite a while. A lot of them work in logging and mining. A lot of humans, a good number of dwarves, and a good number of rock gnomes. And then there's a good amount of other folks. You're probably the only Gensai in town.
Mm-hmm.
Umber. It's even though it's cloudy a lot, there's a lot of like rain, there's a lot of drizzle and stuff, like, especially in the mornings. But I mean, the sun does come out. But the people are generally pretty happy. It's a pretty colorful town. Everything is made out of stone. Like all of the buildings are stone. The roofs are stone. And that's because a long time ago, Mount Rultan was an active volcano. And every now and then it would kind of burp. And, hot ash would fall over the place. So these people learned to just, stop using wood in their major constructions. So that's a little bit about the town. Like more things about the area will come about as we go on.
How long ago did it last do any eruption or volcanic activity?
It has been about 400 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the people haven't changed their ways. Like a lot of these buildings are still the original buildings, but it's been about 400 years since the last eruption. It was a pretty big eruption too. People were like, some people left, some people were just stubborn and said, well, I ain't going nowhere. I've been here all my life. I'll just die here. And then it just suddenly stopped. And that was the last time it did anything. And great bolts of lightning struck the mountain. Thunder shook the earth for miles. And when it was done, the molten stone began to cool and the mountain became quiet. And so everybody thought that let me a little bit about the great dragons. Like, a long time ago, there were these great dragons. They make ancient dragons look very small. And they pretty much ruled everything and everybody. And eventually, like, the people fought back. And the reason these are called the Dragon's Cairn Mountains is this is where the final battle against the great dragons was. And they are rumored to have been buried in these mountains. And the mountains are named after them. So they thought that dragon was waking up. And they just really thought it was over. And that the god struck it back down with lightning. And it's been quiet ever since.
Interesting.
So you guys are all in Emberfall doing what you're doing. A couple of days ago, an earthquake rattled the town, the whole area. There was very little structural damage in Emberfall itself because things, are pretty sturdy. A lot of things were broken. A lot of people were shaken up. There were a couple of deaths in town. Or in the area. Definitely one in the logging camp, which is south of the lake nearby, and Lake Teth. And in the mines, quite a few people were injured, and people have been buzzing about town that there are some miners trapped in one of the shafts, and that Short and Shorter are trying to get them out. Short and Shorter is the name of the mining company that works there. There have also been a few aftershocks in the area, one of which was fairly strong. Some recent things that have happened in town over the past couple weeks leading up to the earthquake is a group of clerics have recently arrived, led by a priestess named Vanda Stolka. They're looking to explore the mountains for the ancient temple of Pemia Ritari. They've been currently resting up, buying supplies for their climb into the mountains, and looking for a guide. They're not having a lot of luck with that so far. But the people are glad that they're there because they've been aiding in the healing of people injured during the earthquake.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of buzz about a strange, older, but fairly well-built man wearing robes. He's got a staff and a longsword, mostly keeping to himself, but appears to be listening to rumors and like at the Slaughtered Lamb and the Laughing Ogre, two taverns in town. He's also been seen at the mine since the earthquake, trying to help free the trapped miners.
Awesome.
A day after the earthquake, the half-elf druid, Alea Bowbinder, arrived in Emberfall to warn that the quake has disturbed many of the beasts that live in the Dragoncairn Mountains and Stonewood Forest. She advises that if people must leave the safety of the town, that they travel in groups and avoid traveling at night. Yeah. So where do you think everyone is at the moment? Umber, you're entertaining at the Red and Black, the Tavern of the Red and Black.
That's correct. Yeah.
I would say for myself, again, grew up as an orphan and then spent my time in the monastery. So I came to Emberfall seemingly homeless and without really any possessions. So I think maybe Short and Shorter was giving me like some work these last few months. Just busy work for a halfling to do. And after this kind of earthquake and knowing that people are trapped in the mines, I would say that I'm making my way to the mines, or at least at the mines, offering my services as a small person to maybe get into these mines and these cracks and such to try and help the rescue efforts.
Sure. And what about Varys and Fee? What are they doing?
I would be going to wherever there's like a barracks for the city watch or anything like that, any establishment, and kind of just resting up.
I think I'm keeping a low profile at the tavern, watching the weird Genasi do things. It intrigues me.
Cool.
He does some cool things with his hips.
Yeah. They don't lie, I've heard.
The hips don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I'm just doing the entertaining thing, just trying to make it. I probably haven't been in Emberfall too long. Maybe was traveling like right when the earthquake hit, and then I came. And that's the way that I kind of pay for my room and board and food and everything like that, is by being an entertainer. And I probably make a little bit of money outside of that, but most of the time that's how I can travel to different places and survive.
As far as the timeline and the quake, did that happen in between my travels from the halfling village to here, or was it before my whole going and investigating that?
Well, the halfling, the investigation at the halfling village was some time ago.
Okay.
I'm kind of vague on that because that really depends on someone else, like how long ago that was, when that was investigated.
Yeah.
But you were called to Emberfall because in the small village of Dokes nearby, there was a murder that was kind of similar in a minor way.
Yeah.
And even though like you never really figured out like what happened with the first murder, like it's still like an open case. Sheriff Wilson, the Emberfall sheriff, was speaking with with his buddy and mentioned that like what he found, and he was like, we had something similar here.
Yeah, I was gonna say my main suspect that I had for the murders ended up dying, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't push so hard on that investigation anymore.
Right.
So it was kind of like all my leads died, both
right.
figuratively and yeah. So
so this is also a new lead for that old case,
okay.
Perhaps if it pans out that way.
So yeah. So then that's what I would be doing at the watch, was possibly talking to the sheriff and trying to get a little bit of information as to where and if I like where I should investigate and more info about it.
Okay. All right. The city watch is kind of spread real thin. A lot of people are down at the mines, trying to assist. They're doing like a lot of escort duty because of the alleged weird stuff going on, like in the area, like all these extra beasts and other weirdos, roaming about. But yeah, Sheriff Wilson actually happens to be there when you arrive. He is he's a man. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you a good picture of him here. Sorta.
Must see picture.
What was
Sheriff
the name?
Wilson,
Is this Wilson?
Sheriff Wilson.
Sheriff Wilson.
Wilson.
Oh,
sorry, I had to.
That's Sheriff Wilson in the middle of your screen there. And he seems a little irritated and stuff, but like, when you come in, he just looks at you, and you are a dire elf, so it's like you're part elf, part orc, and you're kind of peculiar looking. He just kind of raises an eyebrow, and can I help you?
Well, yes, I was sent here to investigate a murder. I'm one that had, I think it was a multiple murder, and had the man had a strange pendant in his hand.
Oh yeah, you are you're that guy that Nabo. Yeah, you're that guy Nabo told me about, Nabo Mamola.
Yeah, I'm Ferris. Sorry, I should have led with that.
He probably should have told me what to expect. I mean, your appearance just kind of startled me. My apologies. But we accept all types here.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, that murder over in Dokes. There was a strange pendant found in one of the victim's hands, and he said that was something that you might be interested in seeing.
It is. Do you have any idea where the murder took place? Can I see the scene?
Yeah, it's probably not a good time to go out there now. Sun will be going down soon. We don't really like traveling at night, but yeah, we can definitely I can definitely get you out there tomorrow. I'll either escort you myself or
well, the sooner the better.
Boys will take you. So. Yeah. Well, I mean, the murder happened about a week or so ago. So I mean, it's unfortunately it's been.
Well, you didn't have your men stamping about the scene, did you?
My men, no, but some of the local folks here were definitely.
Didn't have anyone just lock the doors and keep people out at least?
No. By the time we had heard about it, it was like there were people in and out. There were people already walking off with some of the personal belongings they claimed were theirs. It was quite a mess. But I was able to procure the strange pendant. But I can definitely bring you down there tomorrow.
All right.
We have since kind of like told people to stay out of there.
Do you have some place I could stay?
Absolutely. There's a couple places you could stay. They have some rooms at the Laughing Ogre. It's a popular tavern around here. There's also a
what establishment would be more accepting?
Oh, we accept everybody, but I suppose probably the Laughing Ogre would be more accepting. Aside from that, maybe there's a really nice inn. That's pretty much all they do. They don't do anything else. They just have a lot of rooms for rent, and that's a pretty good place. And I'm looking for the name of it right now because I can't recall what the fuck it is off the top of my head.
You're going through your notes. I understand.
It's the Eastern Sun.
All right.
Yeah, it's to the north of the town. It's a very large inn.
But take whatever you can set me up in.
Again, I mean, I would recommend the Laughing Ogre. It's a pretty good inn.
Okay. Well, thanks for the info. I'll see you in the morning.
Absolutely.
All right. Then I walk off screen.
Okay.
Exit stage left.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna come. Damn it.
All right, Anthony.
Yes.
The Short and Shorter, who own the mine. Short is a dwarf named Baron Blackstone.
Yep.
Shorter is a rock gnome named Warren Garrick.
Okay.
They're pretty cool guys. People used to tease them by saying like, "Oh, look, here comes Short and Shorter," and that's what they named their company. They've got you helping out around the area, but they don't want to send you into the mines. Warren Garrick, the rock gnome, he's been very, very upset, and he, like some of the town guards and such have been trying to go in to help, and he's just like, "No, they don't know what they're doing. Get them away from here." So they've got you doing other stuff and helping out.
Okay.
They do ask you to they're just like, "Hey, can you drive a wagon?"
Yes, Mr. Garrick, of course.
I'm forcing some of the miners. They've been digging for days. They need to get some rest. I'm sending them back to Emberfall. Would you mind driving a wagon with them into Emberfall, I'm afraid that they'll fall asleep at the reins.
Yeah, I can do that. Are you sure I'm not needed here at all? I could possibly get some food or water to the trapped miners.
We haven't even located them yet, but I mean, if you come back like in the morning, I'm sure that I'm almost sure that we'll have found something, and we might be able to use you to do that. That would be fantastic.
Okay, absolutely. Where's this cart that I'm taking?
And he points over to like a small wagon. It's got a couple of horses, and there are some miners grumbling. They're looking at Garrick. They seem a little pissed off. It's like they didn't want to go. Baron Blackstone, the dwarf, kind of said like, if he wants you to go, like, go, get some sleep. You need some rest, and you need to get out of the area. Like, come back tomorrow after you've rested up a bit. So they're grumbling. They're not happy about the situation, but they're willing to go.
Okay. So I walk over to like where like the main seat would be, and I'm kind of looking at, how I might climb up on this thing, and then eventually I just look up at one of the guys and just, excuse me, can you give me a hand, please?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, he reaches down and gives you his hand, pulls you up.
So yeah, I just kind of like his hand basically is just my entire arms like around his wrist, and he just pulls me up, and so I'm at the reins, kind of like, are we all ready to go? And like it's just they're all towering above me.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, so just cha. Head on our way.
All right. Yeah, it takes you only about an hour or so, maybe a little longer to get to Emberfall. The sun's starting to go down as you get there. I mean, you could probably get there faster if you were just like, if you weren't worried about knocking miners off, or if you were just riding a horse. But just like with the wagon and stuff, you don't want to throw anybody off.
Okay.
And you take the deep road up to a road called the Rut Road. It's called the Rut Road. It sounds funnier when you say it out loud.
Rut Road.
Rut Road. Rut Road, baby.
What could possibly go wrong on the Rut Road?
Not good.
But the ruts from the wagons, from like all of the mining wagons and all of the farmers' wagons, you're passing a bunch of small farms and such as you're going. That's why they call it the Rut Road, which is a great name now. Did I say it out loud?
I love it.
So the Rut Road increases like chances of like blowing a wheel or something going wrong. Like it's actually like pretty bumpy.
It is, but I mean, the ruts are pretty deep. So as long as you're just going along at like a normal pace, like it's no problem at all. But if you were trying to like haul ass or something, there might be problems.
Okay. So I kind of turn to the guy sitting next to me and I say, judging by some of the weight on this cart, one or two of your guys might want to get off and walk from here. This road, we don't want to break the cart.
No, I suppose we don't want to break the cart. Ducky, Bill, the little guy here wants you to get off and walk.
It's not far. You'll be there before night falls completely.
All right. Yeah, Ducky, Bill, and Sandy. The three of you just you three just walk in. You seem to be the best well rested of everyone. And they eager, they're just like, yeah, we'll walk to town. Thanks for the ride, man.
Yeah, no problem.
They get off the wagon and they start walking.
All right, so then I get us going again, and taking it cautious and slow, being sure to watch what gear we have and make sure nothing's falling off.
Sure. Gear. Yeah, so you get to Emberfall. It's like just as night's like falling, and people are milling about and stuff. There's they're ending their business day. It's like people are packing up their stuff in the markets, and people are heading out to the taverns and such. The miners thank you, and they're just like, all right, if you want to come over to the Laughing Ogre later, yeah, I'll buy you a round or three.
Oh well, thanks, Mister. Definitely need to get this cart to the stables before I turn in, but I might take you up on that.
All right, that sounds, yeah, okay, thanks. And he does look exhausted, but he just kind of walks over towards the Laughing Ogre Tavern. Now, they're black, short and shorter do have like, they've got like a building in town. It does have a stable, so you can just take it right over there and just drop it off.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I do. Drop it off at the stables, and then sort of just milling about. Like I'm considering going to the Laughing Ogre, considering calling it a night. Not really sure. Just kind of again lost for purpose, and I've just been kind of distraught over the earthquake and all this stuff. So I'm just kind of weighing my options.
They've probably also been letting you stay in a room.
Okay.
They've probably set up like a cot or something in one of the rooms, like in their building.
Yeah. Okay.
Since you've been doing some work for them and such.
Okay. I would say for now I'm just kind of walking the streets as dusk sets.
Okay. All right. So Umber and Fee. So Umber, what are you doing? Are you performing?
Yeah, I'd probably be on stage depending on the time of night it is right now or day. Just doing my thing, waiting so that I can have them.
Can you RP a little bit of that?
I mean, what, like, you want me to dance right here? No.
Yeah.
It's like,
dance.
you have like fire glow sticks? Like, what are you doing, man? It's like,
Yeah,
No, yeah.
explain your dance to us.
Shit, I didn't even think about it. Okay, let's see. No, I think like it's all about being a monk and things is being able to like jump and backflip and stuff. So like every time it would be like in my hands I would have fire. My hair would light on fire as well. And I'd just be doing like backflips and doing kind of like a martial arts, like when you're going for a new belt, going through like the traditions that I've been taught and stuff like that, while also including the fire, like in my hands, on my feet, in my hair and stuff like that.
so
Okay,
it's like you're practicing like martial arts with
Yes.
fire type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
yeah.
a little bit more flair, of course,
Mhm.
to look cool.
Yeah.
Making it look good.
Style points. Anybody can do a backflip, but can they do a backflip while they're on fire?
Yeah. So the people there, they seem to be digging it. Fee, how are you digging it?
I'm hoping with the levels of inebriation and the man on fire, something exciting happens. Just standing in the back, watching, waiting.
Right. Yeah, nothing bad is happening. I don't believe. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and give me a performance check? Yeah.
Here we go. I knew
That's a
some
check
shit
I've
was gonna
never
happen.
had to use before.
All right, here we go. My performance is +2. No whammies. Let's start the show off good. 13.
Okay. Yeah. You don't. You're not doing anything like super awesome, but you're doing a good job. Like people are digging it. People applaud, especially when you do something like a little, like that backflip, like
Yeah.
with the fire or something. Like they're applauding and stuff. There's a young halfling woman who looks a little upset that you haven't set anything on fire yet, perhaps, but she might be upset about something else too. It's hard to say.
Uh-huh.
But Fee, what are you doing? Are you having a drink, or are you just kind of sitting at a table and watching, or?
I think I'm standing against one of the walls, not
Okay.
eating or drinking, just watching everyone.
How can
Just-
you see the stage?
I have good eyes.
Maybe she's on a barrel leaning
Standing on
against
the
the wall.
shelf.
Well, I'm assuming the tavern's not like packed like a concert hall.
Valid point.
Yeah, no, it's not that packed.
Yeah,
I'm just
bacon's
trying-
not that good.
I'm just trying to remain unnoticed as I like it. Like I said, keeping a low profile.
Yeah.
Low profile indeed.
Whenever like my performance would be over, I'd probably go and collect whatever money that I earned from it. And I would probably leave and go to like something more of like more social interaction, maybe. Something that would be more around my pace of people, because I believe most of the people here are going to be like halflings and stuff like that. I'd probably go and try and find someone who's maybe a little bit more like me, if I could.
Sure.
Or like where travelers might be ending up more, to see if
Mondo
I could.
froze.
Oh, rip.
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
I thought you
I
were
think Nif did
like
too.
trying to understand
Left
what
Nif is like
Nif
super
did.
super still.
What does he mean? He wants to
I'm
go
not sure about
someplace?
Nif. Nif didn't say anything. Oh,
Hello?
Okay, there,
There
we
you
go.
are.
Yeah. Maybe just restart cam.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can hear you and see you now. You're moving.
Yeah, the whole thing froze for a second.
Okay, yes. Bacon, people have tossed coins up to Umber and stuff. Like, you make it out of there for the evening with 12 copper, 5 silver, and actually 3 gold pieces. They actually someone got deep pockets. They actually threw a couple of gold pieces up
Ooh,
there.
you have fans.
Can you tell me the
Yeah.
money again? Sorry, one more time.
Yeah, it was 12 copper.
Yeah.
What did I say? 5
Silver. Yeah.
5 silver
And 2 or 3.
and 3 gold.
Ooh, nice.
Oh. How much money did we start with?
Whatever your background
Yeah, I think
would have said you started with.
I have like 15.
Because mine's. I gotta go find the haunted one again.
so minus 3 gold from me.
You're
I'm
the
just
one.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You're the one who's like, oh, this shit's sick.
You know, I know what you're doing. It's hard. You know, I'm among.
Haunted ones get some pretty decent money. They get like 15 gold.
Oh.
Yeah,
me
like
go
on
figure
top of
that
the
out
rest of
then.
your stuff. Yeah.
Mondo, can you try and start and restart or stop and restart your cam? See if that fixes it. Is that what you did, Nif? You just
Me? No, it just came back.
it just came back. All right.
But I'm getting a network error on Twitch now. The stream's now displaying.
Oh goodness.
Okay, you're back
So-
there. Good. We got
Yeah.
you back. Yep.
Okay. All right. So Fee, the fiery man stops dancing and stuff. People seem, they applaud. They're tossing coins onto the stage. And as he's picking them up, you notice that there's a man sitting in a far corner, like near one of the other doors, and he seems to be staring at you very intently. He kind of looks like this, well, actually, he looks exactly like that, and he's staring at you like pretty intently.
I don't see any portraits.
Oh, it should be on the roll 20. Did it not pop up?
I'm still looking at the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would probably let me move him to the mountains. let's take him to the mountains. I'm sorry.
So yeah, sorry, I didn't see Wilson either.
Man, all right. This is the guy staring at Fee.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just like staring right at you.
What a lovely guy.
That is a creature for sure.
Got a pipe in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's what. And there's Sheriff Wilson.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Majestic.
Yeah, he's smoking a pipe, and he just seems to be staring at you fairly intently. He notices you noticing him, and he quickly gets up and walks out through the door.
Oh.
Hmm.
Can
He's
I
like, oh,
follow him?
yeah, sure.
Well, then I do so, and not very quietly either. I make it very obvious I'm following him.
Okay. Okay, you follow him out that door. He seems to be walking down the street fairly quickly. He's kind of glancing back over his shoulder. And since you're not being stealthy at all, he notices you following him, and he quickly turns a corner.
I continue chasing him faster.
Okay. You turn the corner. It's like a long alley. He is no longer there, and there's like a faint mist, it's kind of like dissipating.
Oh, fuck me.
Do I notice anything special about the alley? Are there any little crevasses?
That's an excellent question. You notice no crevasses. There are a couple of like doorways and stuff, for, like side doors to buildings, like the bakery side door. There's like a baker sitting outside, like smoking a cigarette.
I guess I yell into the alleyway. Who are you?
The baker looks over at you and he's like, yeah, Sam, who are you?
Hey, it's good to meet you, Sam. Did you
Hey, good
happen
meet
to see
you.
anyone come down this alleyway?
Yeah, there's a weird guy with a beard, man. He was walking by. I said, hey, and he was like, ah. And he just kept going.
Did he go in a specific direction? Did he turn to mist?
He's looking back and forth, and he's like, I don't know where he could have gone. He might have turned into mist. There is some mist here, isn't there? A little bit of. I thought it was my smoke.
Thank you, Sam. You've been very helpful.
I can tell you don't really mean it.
I turn and leave.
Man. There you go again, Sam. Another opportunity to get a friend, and you ruined it. And he kind of kicks the door frame, and he just goes back inside the bakery.
Poor Sam.
Oh, he's having a bad day. Don't worry, I won't forget Sam. He may be useful later.
Well, I got to make sure I don't forget Sam.
Sam the baker.
Sam the baker.
The baker or the baker?
Yeah.
It's
420 somewhere.
Sam has many depths.
I don't get it.
What a
Shut
complex
up.
NPC. I guess I just go back to the tavern a bit unnerved, grumpier than before. But at least it
Okay.
was warm in there.
People are just doing like normal drinking stuff at that tavern. Umber, you've collected your coin. Probably the most normal kind of place where people usually go would be the Laughing Ogre.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be like one of the more like just kind of relaxed taverns. Like a lot of miners and loggers go there, to unwind from the day. A lot of folks like going there.
Yeah, and I probably say something to the owners of the what is it, Black and Red?
Yeah, the Black.
And just say thank you, and that I'll be back later. And I probably over the week or two. Well, you said the earthquake happened a week ago, or a couple days.
Just a couple days ago.
Okay, so
yeah.
maybe I've only been. Never mind. I probably don't know them too well, but I would mention something to them before I left, and yeah, leaving to the Laughing Ogre. I might bump into Faye as I leave.
Can I sneakily follow him knowing
physically
he's made
bump
money
into
from
her?
his performances?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not physically,
I'm
actually
gonna-
bumping into her, but like walk past her or whatever.
Right. You're not trying to knock her down.
She
No,
takes
no.
you and steals all your money.
Yeah.
He jingles just enough that I am intrigued, and I shall follow.
She's interested in your coin purse.
Which is probably like very prominent of what I'm doing while I'm walking, and probably have the coins in my hands and like counting them as I'm walking with my pouch and stuff. So yeah, as I'm just had collected my money and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fee, are you being particularly stealthy or just following behind?
Just kind of quietly following behind, not trying to be too sneaky.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't appear to notice you. Umber, you don't appear to notice her.
No, I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm going. I know where I'm going. I've probably done this the last few nights that I've been here. There are probably people in the town walking too, so I'm not too worried about who's behind me.
Yeah, some of them are actually walking to the Laughing Ogre. Like I said, it's a popular place.
Yeah.
Varys, what are you doing? You were walking the streets, or some of you were, two of you were walking the streets, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I would have made my way to the Laughing Ogre.
Okay.
Would I be put up, or do I have to pay for my own room and board?
Sheriff Wilson said if you go to the Laughing Ogre, talk to Podrick Suppers. He works behind the bar there, and it's he'll put you up for a couple of nights. I'll have him take it out of our account.
All right, so I go to Podrick.
Yeah.
And
Podrick's a happy kind of guy. I'm going to move you guys in a second here since a bunch of people are heading to the Laughing Ogre, I'm going to move some of you there.
And at this point, I'd be wearing like something that signifies that I am part of the City Watch, if not like a higher, like a investigator or something. Because that's it's something I get in my background is
You have a badge?
an outfit. Yeah, I'd have like a little crest or
Insignia
something.
or something,
Yeah, insignia.
What's that
So
look like?
It looks like a bronze metal
On spore.
no magnifying glass right on the
Okay, kind of. So like the way that I'm thinking of it is like if you watch Game of Thrones, the
like
King's Hands.
yeah, one of those
It goes on,
yeah,
but
one of
it's
those
like
things.
the magnifying glass instead that like
Yes.
pins onto your shirt. Okay.
Yeah. This is pretty much what I was going for. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't find the starting gold for a haunted one.
it's 15,
Okay.
or at least it was according to the D&D wiki, which I will share if anyone wants to. I found really quick a pretty comprehensive list of the official backgrounds and stuff, and it's got like everything in there. I was actually impressed. Normally I don't go here, but I was looking for a list of backgrounds for Prylor the other day, and I'll put it in the
Discord.
yeah, for everybody.
Everybody.
For everybody. So you all should have been moved to the Laughing Ogre.
Mm-hmm.
Varys, I have you inside at the bar talking to Varys Suppers.
I can kind of see the inside.
Cool. Because you're outside.
Oh, am I outside? Oh, okay, I am outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
the door is there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you should be able to go through it. I don't think I actually closed it, did I? And Anthony, where are you?
I would say that, after walking around the city for a little bit and just being alone with my thoughts, I don't really feel like I can sleep yet. So I decided to head to Laughing Ogre and take that gentleman up on his free beverages.
Sure.
If I could find him,
Yeah, you're able to find him pretty easily. He is sitting. If you want to, I'll go ahead and push you in there.
Sure.
He is sitting at this table here.
Okay. I would say I kind of just pull on his jacket, pull on his shirt,
Right.
Say, hey sir, how about that drink?
Oh yeah, you're the little guy. Yeah, sure. Have a seat. He's like, Jess, bring the little guy a drink. He would like a drink. And the barmaid walks over. She seems pleasant. She says, "What will you have?"
Just get me your strongest ale.
No worries. And she wanders off. Varys, you're talking with Podrick. Podrick's behind the bar there, and he's just like, hey, can I help you?
Yes. I'm here with the City Watch. I'm here investigating a murder, but they said I could talk to you, and they would put it on the City Watch tab for me to get a room here.
A murder? Huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah, so like a juicy murder, like maybe was there like something like cold-hearted involved?
I have yet to see the crime scene, so I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah.
I just
sure.
arrived.
So it's like is that what you do? You're like a murder man. You're like not like a murder man. I mean, you look like a murder man. You look like a dangerous sort. Here, have a drink. I'm not trying to threaten you or anything. He pours you a drink. He's like, but you look like so you go around looking for murders.
I don't look for murders. The murders find me.
So you look for murderers. Maybe.
Yes, that is correct.
Murderers.
I try to solve the murders.
I'll tell you, I've never murdered anyone.
That's good.
This guy's sketchy.
Then I won't have any reason to investigate you or.
That sounds fantastic. So they told you could get a room here.
That's correct. They said that they would take care of the tab.
Okay, all right, yeah. So here's a room key, and he slides you a room key. He's just like it's upstairs. It's room 17. There's only 5 rooms up there. My wife, it's her tavern, it's her inn. She numbered them however she felt. So don't go counting rooms. It's just 17 is on your door.
But there's only 5 rooms.
Yeah, there's only 5 rooms. Yeah, we don't have a lot of rooms here.
Oh, okay. Do you have any mead?
Absolutely. Is the ale's not good enough? And he takes the ale back. He pours you the
I'm
mead.
I'm just fond of mead.
Fond of mead. Fond of mead. Looking for murderers. Fond of mead. There you go. Here's your mead.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd probably like walk up and I'm be as close to him as possible. How do I get in this place? Help!
The door
You
is
jump through the
right.
window.
Okay.
Look through the window. The door is right there.
He's looking through the window.
Hey, help!
Gymnast.
When he probably, when he says that he'd like mead instead, is probably when I like come up behind him, and when he's like removing the ale from him, and I kind of slaps Varys maybe on the back, and I'm like, I don't really say anything to him, but I'm just kind of like next to him, and I tell him, I said that the ale's fine with me, I'll take that, and I give him whatever it would be to pay for the drink.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can have the ale. It's just a copper. Yep.
Cool.
Okay, that's
Give her-
great.
I kind of
Yeah.
just look at you and what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's a pretty friendly guy.
I've seen you dancing, haven't I? I've seen you dancing down the red and the black.
Yeah, I've been here for a few weeks, or for a few days now, and been quite successful here, actually. It's been nice. The
That's
ale's,
good to know,
like
yeah.
I said, the ale's good, and I kind of chug it down.
Just the fire dancers here. He's having an ale. Maybe you want to talk to him. Maybe he'll do some fire dancing for us one night. And she just kind of like looks at him. She rolls her eyes, and she comes back over to Anthony with his strong ale.
Yeah.
Fire
And I look at him, and I just say to him, not too fond of me, is she?
She doesn't want any like entertainment here. She's trying to be a respectable establishment. I tell her, like, bards and fire dancers and such, they're very respectable. The bards come in, they sing songs about folks. People like to cry, they like to laugh, they like to, sometimes they like to dance. Yeah, it's not you. Although, I mean, it could be you. I don't know. I don't know you very well.
And I just say, well, it's quite busy in here already, so you might not need any extra entertainment.
Oh, probably not. Yeah, we probably don't need any extra entertainment tonight. But yeah, but like, I'll talk to her. You keep keep an open mind about it.
I say thank you. That's much appreciated. And maybe this is when I catch the glimpse of Varys's magnifying glass on his cloak or whatnot, and I try and reach out and flick it. And I say, what's this you have here? No,
Dude,
I've been many places, but I've not seen this. Yeah, exactly.
I notice his hand coming towards me, and I try to grab that hand. I'm not letting him flick me.
Okay, as you like stop, I would probably.
I'd either grab or
Stop
bat
me.
you off. Like,
Yeah. Well, if you try and stop me, then I probably like. I'm like, oh, what is that? What is this you have here?
that's a sigil,
What?
a badge. I'm an investigator in the City Watch. Don't you just go around flicking people's
Ah, it's
pendants?
interesting. It's nice.
And you're a dancer,
Sort of.
and with what you're wearing, it's not really a dancer.
And I say, not traditional in that sense, I suppose.
You're wearing the garbs of a monk,
Yeah, and I
And
look at him maybe.
and
like,
you're using our fighting and our tradition to turn a profit for dancing.
And I say to him, well, sometimes you have to do what you have to do to survive, and if you've gone through the things that I have, you make do with what you're good at, and I'm good at this. And maybe I like in like my left palm, like I light a quick fire, and I say if it helps me survive, and I don't much care about the consequences of using the monk art to help me propel myself in life.
Should have done
Okay.
a spin while I did that, and I'm good at this.
Jazz hands. Yeah. I guess I can look past that. I mean, there are many times I've used my skill in my line of work, so
Yeah. And I say you and I probably aren't so different in that, like, you use what you're good at and you solve whatever it is you investigate, and I perform with what I'm good at.
I guess so.
And then what are you investigating? What are you here for? Are you just passing through to a new town?
Currently, I mean, probably shouldn't tell everyone that I'm doing this, but you know, I've been investigating a murder. You don't seem like you've been here that long, so.
I guess would I know that something has happened? Even though I asked, would I know? Maybe, or if like it might have slipped my mind, Mondo.
People probably would have talked about the murder in Dokes. It's it's pretty much the only recent like murder that's happened. Like, there's not a lot of less like random murders happening in the area, and it was pretty brutal.
Okay.
I mean, like, especially like everybody in Dokes was like went in and like were traipsing around the scene and stuff, and like, look at that, man, that guy's definitely dead.
Is it possible that I know the name of the person, or is that not disclosed?
It wasn't disclosed.
Okay.
Just that somebody, yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I lean in a little bit closer, and as he says, like, maybe I shouldn't be telling everybody. I say, is this, you're talking about and it's called Dokes. That's where I have Dokes.
Small village.
You're talking about the murder in Dokes, the one that just happened. Bears.
I guess, yeah. No, I'm just. I take a moment and like. I nod, like giving a reassuring. Yes, I don't want to say it out loud or anything.
Yeah, and look at him and I say, well, I've been in my fair share of places where things like this happen. And in big cities, they happen all the time. If you need my help, just ask.
It will do.
I'm probably
I'm sure with your skill set, you'd be useful.
I'd probably take my ale, nod to him, and go sit at like this empty table, like over here.
Sure.
I will follow him.
Okay.
He's right there.
Fee, what are you doing? Have you followed them in, or?
I'm peeking around outside and assessing the situation. And then I notice somebody I recognize. Should be Varys.
Yeah, you see him sitting in there at that table through the window.
We should also. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry.
No, I'm just gonna
don't try and go through the window. That's what I did.
I would fit though.
Yeah.
Just a crack.
We are at 1 hour and 6, so when we can, let's start thinking about taking a break. When we can, let's go through what.
Yeah, no, this would probably be a good place to take a break. The next thing that's about to happen is about to happen. It doesn't have to happen this second.
Okay, cool. Then we will be right back, guys. This is only the first hour of 4, so we got 3 more. If you are good at math, we'll be back here in just a second. Probably about 4 minutes.
All right.